Hello. So video is on my final thoughts after visiting Thailand, and my last night was last night. We'll be unpacking what just happened, like what we saw from like a critical standpoint, and then overall thoughts, honestly, attitudes, beliefs, new learned ones, right? Because when you know better, you do better. So welcome as we unpack my biases from yesterday, and I think just overall. But I wanted to just take a shower, so that's why I'm like this, and it feels nice to have just like a little scarf on top. Uh, let's see where was my thought process. We went out to Silom, which is the like queer district in Bangkok, and we wanted to go out, so that was our first time going out. And I researched that Thailand and Taiwan are both some of the most like progressive countries, and the fact that they had like a district, or it was more of like like a couple of alleyways, to be honest. But I dressed really cute, in my opinion. I can add pictures later, but it was something that what I was really looking forward to, just vibing, hanging out, grabbing like a drink and whatnot. And oh my gosh, the drink, that was something else. Like, I got a shot, like an SPG 52 or something, or 50. I tried to sip it, but then they were like, no. So then they lit the blame, and then it was cute, but it was nasty. I feel like I can still taste it. It's so fresh. I actually have to drink water because I was having like headache. It'd been a while since I drank like that, or even club like that. But when we arrived, I would say that we we got lost a little bit, but we just circled around to a couple of the clubs that we had researched before, and we have heard of like Lady Boys, and it's like Thailand's version of trans people, I would say, and I believe also sex workers. But when we were walking through those alleys, there was only one where it was like lined up, like the women were lined up, the lady boys were like lined up, and they were just like sitting down, but like dressed in like tight fitting clothes and sexy outfits, like lingerie almost. And one of them actually was in like a lingerie bikini set, or just lingerie. I don't even know, honestly. But they were amazing. They were beautiful, I would say. But then the duality of that was like that is their form of income, and who knows, if this was the sex slaves, if they were sex slaves, or like what the politics is of that, honestly. And that's where I lack and I'm ignorant in, I think. And it's something that I had to learn more about, because the first time, and I was telling Keith this yesterday, the first time that I had searched about or have heard about ladyboys was through high school, when I was learning about sex trafficking in general, and Southeast Asia is notorious for this lucrative business. And I think that for seeing firsthand, walking through there, I was very, I think, just in shock, I would say. But I think that we passed by it briefly, like a couple minutes, and then we went to the next place, to the club that we wanted to go to, called DJ Station. And we just like, we were looking, but people were like asking us, or like not even, they were just staring, honestly. Like, I didn't think much of it, but I knew that there were other like tourists there, and like they were walking around as well, so I'm unsure. And I just know that a lot of tourists also come to countries, so that they can exploit sex trafficking already. And it's it's something that when I had researched about it, it just made me sad, I think. But seeing it firsthand, But who knows? Some of them might have their own agency and be able to do that because that's what they want. But then at the same time, does that reflect like the government? Does that reflect like the social aspect of the way that they want to live and what they're able to be afforded to live? I'm unsure. So I think that I would have liked to spoken to one of them and like what their thoughts are, but I also need to learn more in that way. But unfortunately, I wasn't there for that. In that moment, I would say that and with a limited amount of time, I wanted to go to just chill and relax and vibe with my babes. So we did that, and it was incredible. Honestly, Siloam has my heart. Like the club atmosphere has my heart. I'm just, I'm just I love it. I truly do love it. And the music, we left at like 4, I want to say, or 3:30. I'm unsure. We missed the 11:30 train because that was the last train stop. And Keith had actually been reminding me like multiple times, I'm going to take the train back. And mind you, he's over there chilling and drinking. He's laughing. And one of them cost like 550 Thai baht, and it was like a large liter drink. I indulged, it was good, but I was also trying to be safe, but that wasn't being safe. I guess it was the risk assessment of it all. I had felt very safe after the trip, and a matter of fact. And I just want to say that Thailand felt like a very safe country to me. Like whatever they did, tourism to attract uh, tourists, but also like queer travelers, I want to say that I felt very, very safe. And we had already thought out the process of like grabbing a grab. Always be cognizant of that though, and be considerate to like personal items, hanging on to it and whatnot. And we were close the whole time. Nobody left. I mean, if we wanted to go to the bathroom, I think we went together. So having that buddy system works. But the drag queens, the Thai drag queens were immensely beautiful. I think about how queer art and the way that it presents itself across cultures and the way that they make their own creativity is really, really beautiful. One of them I gave like by the color of the Thai baht, I gave a 50 or something, and then they told me no, and then I gave them 100, and then they took it, and I was like, period. They know their worth, and honestly, when you go out and tip queens, especially when you think about like the queer community already doing this, it's already a small amount, and so that's their livelihood. That's their art. So of course I'm gonna give more. And was it petty? Yeah, sure. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm the guest. I'm not the guest. Sorry. I'm like, they're the host. I'm just a visitor. So there you go. And I felt very just at home. And then the music was vibing. I will say that I was hoping for traditional music, but I mean, like at the same time, that's how you get tourism, and by playing like this Western techno club mixes, and it was just a fun time, especially dancing, literally kissing. Oh my gosh, more dancing, and I think that meeting new people, honestly. But I think that when I had left, even this to the airport, it was just like very sad for me internally because I want to stay longer. And the fact that we had like 6 hours or 5 hours of sleep, probably less than, before like checkout. And grabbing the grab was easy because we had Wi-Fi at the hotel. But I think that all of that just made me really think about how grateful I was and loved every single piece of Bangkok and the hotel, and they were just friendly, the hospitality. And I think that even when we were leaving to like the airport, we just we we are very like respectful, and having somebody that is respectful too and is aware of that is beautiful because your understanding of cultural humility, I think, that appears again with people, and you want to be around and surround your networks with that rather than being entitled or putting in your Western like mindsets, and somebody who's able to like catch that and talk about it with you, because that's like the feedback loop, right, that you're able to do. So that is my unpacking of that. I think that going back to my research for like the Thai culture in terms of gender and sexuality still needs to be explored, because of the limited knowledge that I have. But I think that with more knowledge about it, I would be comfortable to say or even learn about like how that is how that is being handled, and I mean ways to support the community. So more on that, but yeah. Next video will be preconceptions of Cambodia, and then we'll have a post reflection, because I think that's what I want to do for some countries or all. Oh, we'll see. So bye for now.